Welcome back to the Buffalo Plus channel. Dan Fates. I'm Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe if you enjoy our content. We're going to get to Dan's outfit in a second, but first, let's start with football. Trade deadline coming and going. The Bills not making any major moves.
Yeah.
What do you make of Buffalo kind of staying pat?
I didn't think they needed to make any big moves. I think they built this roster over the offseason the way that they want it. Now, there was talk that Mitch Trubisky could be on his way out, but I think we know that Mitch Trubisky is more valuable on this team, like Mike Catalana had said, than anything they could get back in return. And so I think they're happy with what they're staying put. I didn't hear any of the rumors that, supposedly they weren't in on Von Miller, anything like that, which is, again, I think they're constantly looking to improve, just like what they were with J.J. Watt. They're in on a lot of pieces. That just means they're good at their jobs.
I feel like it's Brandon Beane doing his due diligence. You have to explore what's available and see if it fits in, but obviously that wasn't something that fit in. And we got to talk to the team. They said, hey, that means that they believe in us. They think these are the pieces to get the job done. And I think it just talks to the confidence that they have, upper management-wise, in looking at this roster. And,
there wasn't any major injuries. There wasn't any glaring hole. If there was something that, we've always kind of talked about, number 2 corner position, they didn't address that during the offseason. They didn't address it in the draft. This is what they have. So I wasn't overly surprised by the fact that the Bills did not make a move at the deadline.
No, I wasn't expecting them to really do anything. I put it at about 70% of them doing something, and that other 30% is just because we've seen Brandon Beane wheel and deal in situations where we haven't been expecting it. But Buffalo not making a move. But you bring up those injuries that we talked about. Dawson Knox, he did not practice again today. He was wearing a glove on his hand, but he had it wrapped.
And there was a padding on it.
And a padding on it as well. John Feliciano, you saw him limping off the field, a calf strain.
Yeah, that was on Sunday. Calf strain, he's going to be week to week. Sean McDermott, you're either day to day, you're week to week, or we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Feliciano's in the week-to-week category. We're all day-to-day.
We are all day-to-day. And Spencer Brown was another guy, rookie tackle out there. We saw him. He was not practicing, but he was wearing, his sweats. We saw him doing a little bit of individual work, but I think that was more so just testing out his back. He's been dealing with that. But
Knox is interesting because he was back out there today. We had saw him with just a little bandage. There was a padding on it. And as he was walking out, I heard him talking to some guys and saying that they're going to try and figure out what they can do for extra protection against that. Because obviously it's a bone that broke apparently on the top part of his hand because that's where the stitches were in the Band-Aid. So I think they're going to try and find ways around that he can still kind of catch the ball, but it can add extra protection. So it'll be interesting to see.
Honestly, seeing the way his hand was wrapped, that made me think, he's going to be ready to play sooner than I was expecting.
100% agree. That it's not this isn't a broken finger dislocated. This is a broken bone in the back of his hand. He should be back sooner, like you said, rather than later.
He was tossing around the football last week. I was like, dude, you just broke your hand. What?
No big deal.
No big deal.
Football guy.
All right, the Jags this upcoming weekend. Buffalo 14-point favorites. We talk so much about how good this team is and how this part of the schedule, there's an opportunity for them to get ahead.
Yeah.
But it's the Jags. How do you not, I don't want to say overlook a team.
Well, I think you learn from what they did last week, where teams now that really have nothing to lose are going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the Bills. Yeah. I don't think the Bills expected Miami to blitz as much as they did, and they had to adjust and go in the game plan. Cole Beasley said after the game that was a game on Sunday that they didn't want to play, but they needed to play it. In the sense of, you don't want to be tied with the Miami Dolphins at halftime.
Yeah.
But you did it. You were able to correct things and get things right and still win the game and still cover for those people that care at home. And I think
a very important touchdown for some.
So I think that was very telling for the fact that, and I kind of asked Josh about what did they learn, and he said, we learned a couple of things that we can go to when we face that kind of adversity. Yeah. When we can do quick outs and quick completions and get our guys in space, because if you miss a tackle, then it breaks for a big one. So I think that Miami game can reaffirm them that they need to come out and play better from the start. You don't want to be only having 3 points in the first half. That was unacceptable. They need to light that fire, as Deion Dawkins said earlier. So I think all those things come into it. And again, these teams are now wild cards. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is going to try and do whatever he can.
Yeah.
They're going to face blitz. There's another Josh Allen in this game. So all of those things, I think, go into it, of things that they learned last week.
Yeah, I think I think they learned you have to have a stronger start, but I also liked their second half adjustments and the fact that they could adjust and they could be able to be that Bills team that we've seen them be able to be. But it's interesting, getting to talk to the guys after practice, I feel like there was 4 football questions.
Yeah, a lot about Josh Allen on the Manning cast.
Yeah.
And like I said, Josh said that he thought he did, quote, "I did my job."
Yeah.
He was asked to rate. He said he was very nervous, live TV. I thought Josh was great. Josh said that Micah Hyde thought he was boring, but that's just because Micah Hyde is, quote, a hater. But yeah, this was again a very loose practice. We were talking about Stephon Diggs' cleats. We were talking about kind of everything but football.
Yeah.
This team's relaxed. They got through the trade deadline. There's no drama. No big COVID concerns as of right now.
Yeah.
2 players from the practice squad, Tanner Gentry, as well as Jake Fromm. But everything seems to be status quo.
Yeah. No, I would agree. What's
Boring
not
Wednesday.
okay, but what's not boring? Your Atlanta Braves, World Series champions. Take us through it.
Best night of my life yesterday. Not my life, sports life. Biggest win.
Good call. Your wife and baby would not be happy.
Yeah. Child, married, Braves. But it was cool, I guess. And there was so funny, all the support on social media from other Bills fans that follow, on Twitter and all that stuff. And they're like, now the Bills. I want to feel that for the Bills. And it was, again, as we've said on this Buffalo Plus YouTube channel, not a Bills fan. I'm a big diehard Atlanta Braves fan. I cover the Bills. I root for the Bills to win because it makes my job easier and our job more fun and exciting.
Yeah.
Players like to talk to us more. When they win, things are better. But the Braves was a really cool moment. So,
Not to sound like this, but I think it would be the coolest sports moment of my life if the Bills won the World Series.
That would be
the Super
really
Bowl
impressive.
Because that would be super.
That would be something.
But also it would be so cool. That would be really cool.
yeah, again, to see the joy that I got to feel, a lot of people were like, man, I want that for the Bills. And right now, Vegas are the odds-on favorite. They are the best. They have the best odds to win the Super Bowl. They also have the best
What
odds.
about the World Series?
And Josh Allen is right now the MVP favorite. So things are trending in the right direction. Again, I think we need to take the fact that while they didn't play well in the first half, and that's not acceptable the way they played, they were able to come back in the second half, rally. They now know they can do that. They don't want to always have to keep going to flipping the switch.
Yeah.
It's always like they talked about Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, where they could be trailing at halftime and it wouldn't matter because they would come out and just rain threes. You don't want to have to keep having to flip that switch.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have that switch to flip.
Exactly. You want that in your back pocket if necessary. What people need to know and want to know and been dying to know, how many Jenny Lights did you have?
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
So we're feeling good. The Genesee Brewery Twitter account even reached out to me. I really appreciated that. My favorite beer. Doing well. Go Braves.
Look at you. All right. Be sure to comment, and subscribe. Again, we like you to subscribe if you enjoy our stuff. Don't feel obligated. I don't know.
feel obligated.
No, don't feel obligated, though.
this far, please click subscribe.
Okay. We just appreciate it, and we have a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. For Dan, I'm Jenna. Thanks for watching. We'll have plenty more updates. They'll be headed down to Florida for the game.
There was all 4 seasons today.
You stole my line!
Yep, it has snowed. There's been sun. It now looks like the apocalypse is behind us. But
Look at that one cloud.
yeah, they're very black.
Yeah,
So-
they look angry. All right, we're going to go. We'll see ya. Thanks for watching.